Hey friends, Coach Nikki here with Savory Sweet Freedom. Hope you guys are having a great day. It's super cold here in Minnesota, but that's okay because I leave for the Dominican Republic in 2 days. Shh. Okay, no kids. It's gonna be fun. I hope that your January has been going great. I know we've all got some big goals for the new year, right? For 2022. Some big health goals. I know in Sarah and I's coaching group, we have some huge goals, and our group members are making ginormous strides to reach their goals. Oh, it's pretty awesome to watch and see. So today, I am going to make the raspberry vinaigrette from the Trim Healthy Future. Rashida's cookbook, The Trim Healthy Future. Page 363. Okay, this recipe is an FP. Why do you think you would want FP salad dressings? Well, let me tell you. You want FP salad dressings so you can make your light S salads, so you can make your E salads. The most frequent salad question we get in coaching groups is, how do I make an E dressing? Well, you don't really want, you can make an E dressing, absolutely. You can make a dressing that has mangoes or peaches or something like that in it, for sure. My favorite way to make an E salad is using FP dressing. So I have two favorite salad dressings that are FPs. The dill pickle ranch from the Northern Nester, which is super easy, super delicious, easy to make, really good. Like if you want to dip pretzels in a dip or something, use the FP dill ranch. I'm telling you, so good. But sometimes you want a sweet FP light S or E salad, right? So I'm going to make the raspberry vinaigrette because I'm going to make a light S salad for lunch today, and I want to have my dressing ready to go when I do that. So the raspberry vinaigrette starts with, I can't tell you the recipe because you need to have the cookbook to make it. So I'm just going to make it live, or you can find it on the membership site, I believe. But otherwise, page 363 on the Trim Healthy Future. So I just used a pint of fresh raspberries. I know that's like the most expensive way to do it, but I didn't have any frozen raspberries. So I cooked them on the stove here for a little while, and I just kind of mashed them. They're all nice and cooked up, and I'm going to add those to my blender. Oh boy. I'm just splashing raspberries everywhere here. So we're going to add my raspberries to the blender. See if I can find a spatula. This spatula works really great to get all the stuff out of my blender. So this is my epicure 3-in-1 spatula. Is like my go-to spatula, especially when I'm using my blender. Okay, so we got the raspberry, cooked raspberries in there. Probably turn off my stove. That seems like a good plan. We're going to do 1 cup of water. So I'm going to keep my raspberry vinaigrette in my epicure curette. It's graduated on the sides. So I'm not going to use any extra measuring utensils if possible. So 1 cup of water. Okay. And then we need some balsamic vinegar. Important when shopping for balsamic vinegar, okay? You can find balsamic vinegar that's off plan that has too much sugar in it, okay? This balsamic vinegar has 2 grams of carbohydrates in it per serving, per tablespoon. So when you buy, I think you can find it with even lower than 2, but this was what I had at my grocery store. You can definitely find it with even higher sugar count. So make sure you're not just picking up a jar off the shelf and going with it, because you might get the wrong stuff. I don't want you to have the wrong stuff in your cupboard, right? So we're going to measure this out because, again, I don't want to make more dishes for myself. Okay, and then we need a little black pepper. This black pepper has turmeric in it. I like that because black pepper helps turmeric work better in your body. So turmeric is for reducing inflammation, helping adrenal fatigue. Like it just has literally a ton of health benefits. So if you aren't using turmeric in your diet, you really should start. Super good for you, super healthy. Be careful there, Ruby. So I'm just going to add my black pepper here. I don't know if that's quite enough, but it's pretty close. Good. And then you remember this giant bag of citric acid that we all bought when Trim Healthy Future came out? Well, good thing it lasts a long time because you can use it in a lot of different things, but you just don't need a lot of it. So I'm going to add my citric acid here, make sure I use the right measurement. This helps, this will make it a little zingy flavored, have that kind of tangy, like the tangy flavor you're looking for in like a strawberry or raspberry vinaigrette. And you know what, honestly, I think you could use the same amount of strawberries to have a really delicious strawberry vinaigrette too. But since I'm actually following the recipe today, we're going to go ahead and just go with the recipe as raspberries. We add a little soy sauce. This is going to add that salty kind of flavor, the salty, sweet, tangy. It's hitting on all notes of like the flavors that go together so well when you eat something at a restaurant and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Why is it so good? It's because they're hitting on a bunch of different flavor notes kind of in harmony on your palate. So this is going to do that. Then we need to add a little bit of blackstrap molasses. I really don't like measuring blackstrap molasses. I don't like using blackstrap molasses just because it's like messy and thick and so I think that's probably pretty close. And then we're going to use some xanthan gum. And I get these little packets. It's like a box of packets of xanthan gum. I get it at Walmart in the, it's like the natural food section. I don't know. It's not really that either. It's like where you find the almond flour and the flaxseed. I believe it's the baking aisle, but it's like a teeny tiny little section of the baking aisle where you can also find like nutritional yeast and things like that. So that is where I find these little packets. I think it came with like 10 or 15, maybe 20 packets in it. I don't remember. But I bought it a long time ago, and I like that my xanthan gum stays really fresh. You can also use glucose in this recipe, and that is a substitution that is noted on the recipe here. So we're going to add, I think we got just exactly enough in here. Yeah, good. All right. Okay, so that's all my ingredients, and I'm just going to blend this for a second. Make sure all that molasses is off of there. Okay, we're going to blend for a sec here. Blend it too much or it's going to get super fluffy and then it's hard to fit into the jar. So I also have this nice little silicone funnel that fits perfectly in here. That is also an Epicure product. If you're interested in any of that Epicure stuff, send me a message and I'll let you know how to get it. Otherwise, use what you have at home. And then I'm just going to keep this in the fridge. It's probably going to have to settle a little bit because blending it with the glucose made it
Mommy, now
fluffy.
you have a children.
But those bubbles will settle out if you let it sit.
Mommy,
so that is my tip for this.
Are you making a shake?
No, this is salad dressing. My
Oh.
tip for this is
Oh,
to
you
let
make
it
a
sit
strawberry
before
shake.
you eat it. Okay, so like make it up. That's why I'm making it at 9:30 instead of making it at 11:30 when I was ready to eat.
I want you to make
Because
a
I want the
strawberry
bubbles
shake,
to
Mom.
settle out of it. You want a
you-
strawberry shake?
Yeah.
Oh, we could probably do a strawberry shake with lunch. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good, baby. So let it settle, and then you can get it to all fit
Mommy,
in
why
here.
does this smell like mayonnaise?
It doesn't. It smells like strawberries and balsamic vinegar. It smells really good. I think you guys are really gonna like this.
I don't want anything.
So for my light S salad that I am going to make today, I'm going to use butter lettuce. So I like butter lettuce because, well, I cannot eat
is this
spinach.
cap for this?
It is for that, yeah. I like butter lettuce. I can't eat spinach because it gives me migraines based on a food sensitivity test. If you want to know more about that, feel free to send me a message and we can chat about it. But so I avoid spinach.
I want. You know what I want for lunch?
What do you want for lunch?
A roll.
A roll. Okay.
A
So
chocolate roll.
a chocolate roll. I don't even know what that is, but we'll figure it out.
It's a roll that has chocolate inside.
Oh, thanks for clarifying.
Healthy chocolate.
Healthy chocolate? Okay.
Like protein.
There you go.
chocolate.
Sounds like a recipe I need to make, right? Protein
Yeah.
chocolate, healthy chocolate roll.
And it's good for your tummy.
It is.
The chocolate's
Yeah.
good for your tummy.
Come
But
on, you.
candy chocolate's not good for your tummy.
Yeah, you're right. Come on, we finish talking to our friends. Okay. So
Now
I'm
we're
gonna
mix it.
add some of
You wanna
the
mix it.
sweet, spicy,
Mommy, why do you
salty
have two of
nuts
these?
from the Trim Healthy
I do have two of them.
Mama membership site. The Veggie Full menu is where you can find that recipe for those nuts. So I'm gonna make a light S. With those nuts are gonna be part of my fat content. I'm gonna be very sparing on it. So like a tablespoon. Okay. So that would still keep me in FP if I used this dressing, tuna as my meat, lettuce, and I'm gonna chop up some bell peppers in there too, okay? So to make this a light S is about 15-ish grams of fat in a low carb setting. So if you imagine an FP and add just a little bit more fat. So you can add just one fat source, or you can be really sparing with other fat sources. So I'm going to use a little bit of feta. Like I'm talking, how much fat is in my feta here? So in a quarter cup of feta, there is 6 grams of fat. So I'm gonna add a quarter cup of feta. I'm gonna add a quarter cup of feta for 6 grams of fat. I'm gonna have this dressing. I'm gonna have a tablespoon of those spicy nuts and all those other veggies. That is a light S. Is that super easy or what? That's super easy. If I wanted to keep it at FP, literally all I would have to do is skip the cheese or skip the nuts, okay? Because 6 grams of fat, I'm not gonna like split hairs on that for an FP meal. I'm just gonna go 6 grams is good, or you could just do like a scant quarter cup, right? And then skip nuts. But that is gonna be a perfect light S meal. Now, if you feel like you wanted to have an E, if you wanted to have an E salad, at this point, you would be super duper to go ahead with that. Skip the cheese. You could skip the nuts. You could add crispy chickpeas for a crunch factor, okay? And then you could also add like, oh man, there's so many things you could add. You could add chopped up mangoes, chopped up, okay, great, thank you. Chopped up peaches. You could add like cold, if you had, boy, I got a spammer on my account here. If you had like leftover quinoa from the night before that was in your refrigerator, or leftover brown rice, you could totally add that to your salad too. Make it like a grain bowl. All great options to use this salad dressing to make an E. Okay, lots and lots of options. I would suggest, especially if you're trying hard to lose weight, you're a stubborn loser, and you're always like, what can I do to like make this work? I would suggest always having an FP salad dressing in your refrigerator. This doesn't say how long it would last in the refrigerator, but I'm gonna guess like a week or 2 weeks, maybe. So if you have any questions about that, just make sure and ask. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you go make this salad dressing because it's delicious. So have a good day. Bye guys. Love you.